Good people, it is that time of the day where we come together right here on your World of Champions SuperSport. It is FIFA World Cup 2026 time, and man, do we have a lot to unpack right now. It is a roller coaster of an opening game for South Africans as a whole, but I want to hear from the fans themselves. Of course, I'm not here alone. I will be joined by my partners in crime and collaborators all around the world this time around. I know you're used to us only sticking to Africa, but this time around, we are global, baby. I am your host, Lemilo Ntoze Mnandi, Ntoze Sama, Ntoze International. I'm reporting live from Mexico right now, and it is a beautiful country, I can tell you that much. The people are amazing, the vibes are amazing, the food is incredible. And I wish I could have brought everybody here, except Chewy, of course. We know that Chewy is our problem child right here on the link up. But I am very much excited. And you know what? My initial thoughts, before I let everybody in, my initial thoughts is, you know what? It's been a fantastic vibe in Mexico. I feel like I could maybe even stay here if I could, you know what I mean? But, you know, my wife would fetch me before I even went any further. But it's been a great vibe in Mexico. The stadiums are beautiful. The people are beautiful. The food is beautiful, like I said. It has been incredible. I know everybody's talking about the opening game and the opening ceremony. We're going to go into that. I just want to say I am very proud of Tyler. She did us such a great performance. She gave us such a great performance, not a performance per se because she was singing the national anthem, but it was beautiful to see her on that stage. It was beautiful to see all the South Africans in Mexico, and then it was beautiful to watch the game, that opening game. Shout out to everybody who is tuning in. I know everybody's tuning in from different platforms. We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok. We are live on Facebook. And we are live on your World of Champions SuperSport. Remember to get in onto the conversations. Comment from whatever platform that you are tuned in and use the hashtag. SS Football is where we're at. And, you know, I've got a partner of mine who's going to be joining now who will give you all the hashtags. Make sure you use them because we want to hear from everybody around the world, from everybody in Mexico, everybody in Africa, everybody in Canada, everybody in the USA, wherever you are. Please make sure that your voice is heard by commenting on whatever platform that you are tuned in from. And if you're tuned in to if you are tuning in on the World of Champions, just use the hashtag on any social media platform. But speaking of the fans and their comments, this is what they had to say yesterday. And I'm interested in hearing what they said. Let's see if we've got something from the fans right now.
Unfortunately, it was not to be for South Africa's Bafana Prajay, a face that needs no introduction. Bulelana, from the beginning, what was your biggest concern?
Thank you. I'm not saying. I'm not doing what I'm standing there for. I'm not going to go. What you pull some yagan doja? Why say I'm moving? Who say I'm moving? You know how much 2000? I'm finna shine. I'm yagan for 90 minutes. Who say I'm? Level up pull some routine. What about Bafana Muya? Look at you. What are you going to resign? You're so my eleven. How about a Marison on? Level up the Jivan. You found yourself going to talk about coach. Coaching got you to right. Since I'm moving, I record fewer president. You know how much 2000 Mutsangelo police is going to be a name. You know how much the Butu. Work about Meshuga and Nasilo. We won one I didn't yet. Well, a prisoner routine. But Jabal and Pali. That was a right. One about Frosla. What is a Frosla so? Over favorite jay. Our days or is a coach. It's to my said. Live a look at man. Cousin Mirgo is 12 for talk. Ruler so coach this. Our brother must have Arno. Bruce, we are not here to my men. We are not here for South African.
My brother, just by looking at that entire match, what went wrong in your opinion?
The coaching, of course. We didn't have a creator inside, and then Apollos was outside. Most of our goal scorer, the max of the stars of the South Africans. I think the coaching was very wrong. There's a problem in there. Yeah.
But we're going to have the same coach in the next encounter, so what do we do better?
Since Sitola is out as a red card and Zwane is also out with a red card, so possibly the right players will go in, like Apollos, Mufukeng, and Mbata. We needed Tito, but then Tito is not in the team, so yeah.
Are you saying that because we're in Tembisa?
Of course. We need a Tito vibe, eh?
Hey, the South African fans are not happy, and understandably so. Nobody wants to lose, especially an opening game. But it was a tall order. It was a tough ask because these two teams that opened this FIFA World Cup 2026 are incredibly good. And like I mentioned earlier, I do have some people with me joining on the link up. We've got Timedi from South Africa, we've got Brajabu from South Africa, we've got Shudu, and we've got Luis. And look, guys, I'm still trying to take in what happened in the opening game, but it's going to be very incredible. I want to dive deep into this conversation regarding that opening match. My partner in crime, where is my partner in crime?
Ladies and gentlemen,
we will find out.
we have a special number to render to you. Listen and be blessed.
Allez, musique, yeah. Play.
Evan. Eh. Evan.
Chewy,
Let me.
are my eyes deceiving me here, or what are you wearing?
Oh, let me. I am so sad. I am so in despair. Oh my gosh, what happened to us yesterday? The Bafana.
Yes.
We slipped on it. Banana. What was going on? Hola, ¿cómo estás, Africa? I'm sorry. They beat the English out of me, put a lot of Spanish in me. But welcome to the link up, guys. How are you
This
doing,
makes
brother?
sense now. This actually makes sense why we lost, because you've got a South African shirt on. That's where the juju comes from.
One Africa, bro. One Africa.
Wow.
I was with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what, Chewy? Before we go into our little conversation, you got a lot of explaining to do. Let's introduce our guests. Jabu, Timedi, Shudu. How are you guys doing? Let's start with you, Timedi, my brother. Give me your reactions quickly not reaction. How are you feeling right now? Don't give me reactions. Give me the mood right now. How are you feeling, my brother?
Greetings, Butlemi. Greetings to viewers, link up. I'm dejected. I don't know if it's the right word to use at this moment, because we saw horrible things. I know you said I shouldn't give you a reaction. I should just tell you how I feel. I'm not doing well. I think I need that 2-liter bottle filled
That
with
Chewy had the last time.
tears. The one that Chewy had last week. But then it makes sense why we caught hands and why we played horrible, because
You know what I
Chewy
mean?
was definitely against us. And I thought he said he's representing every African country that is at the World Cup. But man, oh man, you can see behind that face, this guy is happy.
Yes.
Yeah. I believe you.
No,
Shudu,
God.
lady of the house, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
Yo, not get right. Yeah, I'm so disappointed. Yo. Because I
Eish.
expected like Tricky bullying my van. Like I think we're only much I expected, like truly speaking.
Yeah.
So
Shudu, I have a question.
Yeah.
Shudu, I have a question. When you saw the scoreline, did you clean your glasses? Did you make sure your eyes weren't deceiving you?
Hey, Mar.
No, I'm concerned. I'm concerned.
I'm glad that, just so an FYI to everybody, I'm glad that I did remind you that he's coming into this room with a yellow card already to his name. So tread carefully, my brother. Brajabu, you know what? I think now's the right time to go into conversation about the opening game. Talk to me, man. What is it that we saw yesterday? What went wrong for Bafana Bafana? What did Mexico do right?
Guys,
Let's
there's
talk
somebody
about
there.
that.
Wait, before we talk about that, there's that guy there. Excuse me, sir. Luis, is that your name?
Yes, sir.
Are you a Mexican?
That's correct.
Ah! Oh my God! Oh, you guys Mexican! Oh, guys, the Mexicans are doing it!
You were in trouble.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Gosh! Not again!
Don't worry, we come in peace.
Oh, please. Please, we can. Please, also, we South Africans, we're in a shithole right now. We're not. We're scared. Ooh.
Forget this guy.
Be.
Luis,
Mexico
welcome to the link up, brother.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, talk to us. Where are you joining us from, Luis?
In Guadalajara, Mexico, in the state of Jalisco. But I'm about like 6-7 kilometers away from the Akron Stadium where Korea and Czech Republic played last night. So, you know, I'm in the battlefield.
Okay, so before we were interrupted by this Trojan horse called Trini, I was about to ask thoughts about the opening game. Let me start with you because I was going to go to Prajabu, but let's start with you, bro. I know feelings are very high, happy, you got the 3 points, but give me your reactions for this opening game. What do you think Mexico did right in this game?
Well, I mean, let's start with that they have a long way to go. I mean, you know, with all respect to all the competitors in the tournament, I mean, everyone is a strong competitor that made it into this tournament. You know, but in the group, you know, I think South Africa was definitely not very heavily favored, and Mexico is definitely the stronger of the group, and they did not look like the strong team. I mean, you know, like I mentioned, like no offense to the South African selection, but you know, this should have been a game that Mexico should have easily dominated, and especially being, you know, one and then eventually 2 players down. I mean, Mexico should have at least gotten 4 goals on South Africa.
Wow.
You know,
wow. Come on.
I mean, that's just the expectations that we have here in Mexico for our selection, because I mean, you know, Mexico is a soccer country, and you know, we produce lots of talent, and that talent isn't shown on the field a lot of times, and that's kind of like that's what worries me. You know, Mexico advances to the next group, and you know, they might go up against some bigger competition, and they might not show out. I mean, but definitely the highlights is Raúl Jiménez becoming in second place for leading goal scorer for Mexico, and Gilberto Mora being the youngest player to play in a match at 17 years old. So I mean, there's a lot to be positive for, but I think there's more to be worried about.
Yeah. Okay. I want to, right on that note, I want to get some South African reactions and comments. Prajabu,
Yes.
where did it all go wrong for Bafana Bafana?
I will have to greet everybody that is watching the show, Lemi. I think we did not ask questions. You know, when Hugo Bruce selected 11 defensive players, I think we didn't question him enough as to what is the rationale behind taking 11 defensive players to the World Cup. And contrary to what Lou is saying, honestly speaking, I didn't see a dangerous Mexico, but I saw a South African team that had actually failed to demonstrate its potential into the global stage. I think Hugo Bros missed that opportunity yesterday when 1 or 2 billion people were watching the game. Hugo Bros failed to, display our South African talent to the world. I can tell you now, Lemmy, if the game was approached properly, I really don't think Mexico should have beaten Bafana Bafana. So contrary to what Louis is saying, I think we lost the game yesterday before we can even start.
Yeah. I see Chewy had his hand up, brother. How did what are your thoughts about Nigeria's performance in this current World? Oh, sorry, you guys are not in the World Cup, but
Yeah, they watch it
I
from
hear
TV.
there's some
I think
some
as a South
comments.
African, the Nigerians performed well at home. They watched it on SuperSport. It was crystal clear broadcasting. The Nigerians, they showed out. They still showed up to support Mexico. You know, Jabu, you said you didn't see a Mexico that was dangerous, but did you see two goals?
Yeah, obviously we saw 2 goals because the coach didn't go to that game with an intention of winning the game. You know, that's why we were scored. I mean, all the best players of South Africa were sitting at the bench. So how do you then expect to win the game when you have 8 or so defensive players in your team? It was always going to be impossible. You know?
Jabu,
And above that, yes,
Jabu,
we had,
do you see me?
yeah, no, I'm listening.
Do you see the color of my? Sorry, it's cold in here. I had to wear my red sweater. Did you see the?
Lemmy, where's that second
You're
yellow
not
card?
blaming it on the red card.
Lemmy, where's that second
it's
yellow
just a
card?
red. It's just a red. Okay. It was just one red sweater. Okay. It's not about the red card you got. Okay. If this offends you, I'll take this off. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll take this off.
You guys were in trouble.
Okay.
Oh,
you
wait.
know what?
Oh, another red.
Chewy needs to
Do I
cool
have
down.
2 reds on? Oh, I'm so
Let's-
sorry. 2 red. Oh, wow. I'm so 2 red shirts, 2 red cards.
Anyway,
What was going on
let's
with us, guys?
let's talk to the lady of the house. Chewy needs to calm down. Shudu,
Hello.
tell me, where do you think? I mean, I hear Prajabu saying that the coach's choices were not what we wanted them to be, but we go into the next game with the very same coach. Do you still have confidence in our coach going into the next 2 games?
Knowing you though, I give you a change at with the rang like a role because I think maybe the red card is a papa feeling maybe what I change on more, but then knowing him, I give one.
Okay.
I give one
Chewy,
better to the rang.
Chewy, should have just made a point to your little Trojan horse move that you just pulled right there, saying that our coach might be forced to make some changes because of the red cards that we received yesterday. I'm curious to find out what everybody else thinks on the socials. Can you please plug us and let us know what's happening on the streets, my brother?
Guys, I'm on TikTok and there's a lot of talk on TikTok and I don't know if I should say these things. There's a lot of happiness. We have a lot of happy fans in the chats. Ethiopia is happy South Africa lost. Somebody says no excuses. You're supposed to represent South Africa. Cape Verde is saying they're going to show up and show out. They're saying Africa is behind you, South Africa. Shudu, there's a shout out for you. Somebody's showing you love. I am seeing Ghana is happy South Africa lost. I'm seeing too many people are happy. And Steph from South Africa says it went wrong when you entered wearing those fur jackets, right? So it's a lot is going on, guys, and it's just like music to our ears. And I don't know what would happen in the next game. But guys, there's 2 more games to go. 2 more games.
Yeah,
We're behind you. I'm just saying. Bafana. 2 goals, 2 red cards. It was a very musical game.
Man, look, I'm glad Chewy was not part of the opening match entertainment yesterday because what is this, Chewy? Where did you even get a guitar from, bro?
It looks like the South African game was part of the entertainment. The way you guys were just losing and entertaining the Mexicans, was that part of it as well? Okay, let's just take a break. We'll come back. Go drink some tea.
Please, bro.
Latiti, if you had an opportunity to be in the dressing room right now, what are you saying to the guys?
I'll tell the guys that you've got the whole nation behind you, you've got this, and it's your moment to shine. The whole world is watching. Show them what you're made of, and you've got this.
With you saying that, you believe that we'll come back in the next 2 games?
Yes, definitely. In the next 2 games, even.
Thank you, Latiti.
Thank you.
And that's a red card for high premiums. At Budget, we'll beat your current premium or pay the difference, up to 2,000 Rand. Visit budgetinsurance.co.za and get a price beat today.
This is Will, and in the next 30 seconds, he'll be making 30 football predictions where he could win 30 million Rand for free. But Will's not special. Agreed. You could do it too. Just head to play.coza, predict the correct scores for 30 games during the pool stages of the World Cup and stand a chance to win 30 million Rand. It's that easy. Yes, 30 locked in. Sign up for free at play.coza, predict correct scores, stand a chance to win your share of 30 million Rand.
Every formation, every movement, every decision. Decoded by the game's sharpest minds. We're talking tactics. Live on SuperSport. Only on DSTV. Discover a world beyond the ordinary.
Where every step redefines what's possible.
Where next becomes now. Welcome to the evolution.
Changan, driven to evolve.
Get more from your grocery shopping with African Bank. Earn up to 10% back in points on your groceries with audacious rewards. Simply shop at Checkers, ShopRite, USafe, or OK. And pay with your African Bank card. Turn every grocery run into a rewarding one. Now that's audacious rewards from African Bank. Audacity to believe.
Welcome back to the link up. And you see, I'm a little bit happier now. I'm a little bit more excited now because my brother Lowton has joined the chat. Better late than never, my brother. This
Lowton,
Trojan horse that we've got here.
Mexico. Lowton, how are you? Listen, I lost my voice yesterday screaming out.
Lowton,
it's amazing.
Lowton,
what's up?
We're addressing the elephant in the room.
Wow. Lowton, welcome, brother.
Thank you.
We're easy, my brother. We are easy, and we are happy just to be live here on the link up. We were just talking about that opening game, Mexico versus Bafana Bafana. I need your thoughts, bro. I need your thoughts. I know you've got something to tell us regarding that game. What did you see in that game? Where did it go wrong? Where did it go right? Talk to us, brother.
First of all, I think I was the only one that predicted it last week that Bafana going to struggle. Yesterday, we were close enough to the stadium. We met a lot of Mexicans because I'm in Philly. I'm on the streets of Philly today. And I'm not too sure what Bafana was trying to do because at one point it felt like they were not too keen on playing the game. They looked very defensive. Then they went 4-4-2 up front. Then the individual errors, just to look at the kids that have not played at this level, at this high level. And I think it was a lot of mistakes that cost Bafana in at the end of the day. But credit to the boys. Yeah.
They went from 4-4-2 to -2, eh?
But I think what I enjoyed the most is the gentleman that scored the goal doing the Shabalala celebration. I think I'm here for that kind of pettiness, man. I love that. I am here for that.
It's so crazy that the people that are not in the World Cup are the ones speaking the most. They're the most happiest, but it's fine. This is why we love football. We love it also with the banter that comes with it. It's okay. It's okay.
Listen, Luis, wait, let me tell you the truth. Kenya has never lost a game at the World Cup. I wouldn't say the same about South
Because you've
Africa.
never been, right? Okay. Oh.
I mean, he's not lying though. He's not lying.
So in fairness, there was a record broken at the World Cup, right? It was historically, it was statistically historic, right? Because 3 red cards in the opening game, and a total of 4 red cards the whole of Qatar 2022. So you're getting very close. That was very, very impressive there. So good job, South Africa.
Okay. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, there is still more FIFA World Cup 2026 to talk about. There was another game yesterday. Korea versus Czechia. I hope I'm pronouncing it right.
South Korea.
South Korea, yes. South Korea versus
South Korea,
Czechia. I wanna go to Louis. Louis, did you watch that game, bro?
I did not. I was not able to.
Oh, you were too busy celebrating.
Yeah, way too busy celebrating. No, for some reason, the broadcasting licenses here in Mexico are really restricted, and if you want to watch all the matches for the World Cup, you have to pay. You have to get a subscription to a platform, and on top of that, you have to pay a premium subscription to be able to see all the games. The Mexican national team games are going to be broadcast because I mean it's Mexico and they're going to be broadcast on the open channels. But any other game that's not a Mexico game, it's going to be 50-50 if you get to watch it on TV or not.
We need to get you a ticket to Africa because over here SuperSport gives us all the games and you don't even have to pay an arm and a leg. And
must be nice. Must be nice.
Did you catch that game?
Oh, sorry.
No, I did not. And I'm sure all South Africans will have the same feeling. I mean, immediately after that game, we went to sleep. In fact,
it would be nice. You gotta sleep with your eyes open.
Of course, with our eyes open. And even this morning, majority of people didn't go to work because I can tell you now what we saw yesterday is not something that we expected. We waited for years.
You have to go to work. You can't lose the game and lose your job.
But listen, Chewy, wait up. I want to know from the South Africans, what were their general expectations yesterday? Were they thinking it's going to be an easy game? Were they thinking it's going to be 4-0 win? What was
No,
expectation?
No, we didn't
there.
Low 10. At least we expected our team to play. It's fine if you lose a game. But also when you reflect into that particular game, you should be able to say, but at least we played. So yesterday, South Africa didn't play at all. I mean, we tried our defensive structure. We still lost the game. So all that we are saying to the coach is that the coach at least allowed these boys to express themselves. I know that he thought of a lot of things maybe, but we've got an opportunity in the second game to actually fix whatever that has happened in the previous game. And I'm certain that, of course, the second game we are going to win it.
Can I come in there? Thoughts about the red cards, brother? I mean, we speak about how Bafana didn't show up. When you're at the stadium, generally like the Mexican and South African fans who are there, generally at the stadium, you are a little bit biased to the calls because you don't get to see replays and those kind of things, even though they do sometimes offer them at the stadium. But from where you were watching the game, what are your thoughts about those red cards? Were they justified? Were they correct calls? Talk to me about that.
I think the first one is definitely a red card in my books. But I think the Tengbazwani one was a little bit harsh, as well as the one that Mexico got. But you also look at the history of the referee who was officiating the game. He's notorious for dishing them. He's not scared to dish them. But it was a little bit strange game in the side of South Africa because, I mean, it's not every day that you get to see more red cards than goals in a game, and the fact that you started with 5 defenders, five backline, a backline of 5, and then you had about 3 players protecting the 5, which now counts to 8 players that were, I think, defensive, and you still concede in the opening 10 minutes. That's a little bit wild for me. And I think and the fact that we had more offensive players on the bench than in the pitch. So basically, our bench was more of a threat than the starting 11. So, and I think with the fact that when after the game you look at the stats and you realize that you had 2 touches in the opposition box in 90 minutes, you got 2 red cards, then you definitely deserve to lose that game. And just to tap in on the South Korea game, I got a chance to watch it in the morning because I was a little skeptical in terms of what are we gonna get. I'm not coming to South Africans with good news. South Korea plays football, guys. If we're thinking that we're gonna go pound for pound with them, I think
agree.
we should have gone pound for pound last night compared to what I saw with that South Korea side. Because with the fact that they were able to come from behind and win the game, and you look at their opponents, it's a team that is more physical. So I think Mexico are not that physical. I think that's where we should have used the Relebogile Mofokeng, Apolis, Moremi, Tapelo Maseko, just to try to pin them backward. You can't now be playing the opening game. We know, yes, the nerves are there. And then you decide that you're going to pack it, bruh, from the first minute. I mean, you have a billion people who are watching the game, and then you decide to pack it, and then in the first 10 minutes, your entire plan is thrown out of the window.
Crazy.
Now you're forced to change the game with 8 defenders. It was bad. I don't think even Diego Simeone would be even happy with the bus that we tried to park there.
And I think of the 2 games, of the 3 games that South Africa has to play, I think yesterday was the easiest. I think Czech Republic will think they can get a result against South Africa. I think South Korea is going to be very difficult. Remember, with this brand new expanded World Cup, there's a lot more slots and opportunities to make it to the round of 16. However, my biggest problem now is where does South Africa move from here? 2 very important players got red cards yesterday. How does the team set up the team going into the future? Is there like-for-like replacement? Is there people that are probably better off the bench to provide the offensive structure? Those problems, of course, defensively, that goalkeeper pass at the beginning, setting up his midfielder. I mean, probably putting him in a very difficult position in the whole game and settling the entire team. My question now is, how does South Africa pick themselves up? How does Hugo Broos forget about the criticism and say, this is what I want to do, this is how I can proceed on from here?
I don't know who's struggling more. Lowton speaking, or South Africa is struggling to score goals. I don't know who's struggling more at the time.
Talk to me. Are there any positives that we can take out of this game? Are there any positives that South Africa did yesterday in that game? Anything that they can build on moving into the next 2 games?
It's a people's first trip to Mexico. That's a positive.
Guys,
again.
Yeah. Well, I think for the fact that we didn't concede a lot of goals.
Oh wow!
We didn't. But we a lot of goals.
Wow!
So, we lost, but not by much.
That's the only positivity, Lemi, that I can say. Maybe let's take from that team. But honestly speaking, moving forward, I think changes needs to be made in the goalkeeping department. 2 errors from Rowan yesterday.
Yeah.
I think it's about time for us to introduce either Chine or Goss Ricardo. And also, I'll say it's a blessing in disguise that Sithole was given a red card, because honestly speaking, in that middle of the park, for me, I'll say give that position to Mbata. Yeah. And over and above that, introduce these boys. Introduce your Apolis, Muremi. Imagine these are the star players we have in the country. We've got 9. So if these players are going to be kept on the bench, then I've got a problem. But over and above that, these are the players that are playing in South Africa. You are also expecting Hugo Broos to play them, so that international scouts can also see that we've got the potential. But if you're going to put them on a bench, I can tell you now, this coming to South Africa, and nobody will even talk about them. So if we are looking at continuity and also allowing our players to trade in Europe, this is an opportunity to introduce them, because we cannot always say South Africa does have 11 or 12 players that are playing locally only. If we want to be a global group, our players need to go to overseas and also play there, so that when we have this kind of tournaments, these players are brave enough to play. Because yesterday you can also see that the majority of them were panicking, Lemi, you could see that the nerves were actually dealing with them, and maybe that's why we are where we are today. But I want to speak to my friend here that is very happy that, remember in 2010, Spain lost its first game and they went on to take the World Cup. So don't be.
Can I just add something there?
Don't be overexcited.
Go ahead, Tumedi.
Can I just add something? I mean, what's the point of going to the World Cup if you're not going to expose some of your finest players? I think it becomes pointless. I mean, you look at Mexico with the fact that they gave Gilberto Mora his first World Cup at the age of 17. The boy was thrown into the deep. You can imagine what that does to the nation. You could feel the excitement even while sitting from the couch that the nation was behind its team. So what South Africa was supposed to do yesterday was just to give all the players that deserves to start. They should have been given an opportunity. You have a Willem Mofokeng who played, I think, over 4 cup finals now. I mean, what more does he need to do to be given a platform in a chance in such a platform? So I think our head coach got it wrong. I think with his entire technical team, I think that the 2 last games won't be easy. Like I think someone said, I think the first game was, if you look at it, was the easiest. But the last 2 games, with the fact that the best 8 teams, the best 8 teams, 8 of them will get a chance to go through. I don't see South Africa doing that at this moment, because that would mean we don't have to lose any of the last 2 games. And I don't see that happening, unfortunately.
And probably score more goals.
Yeah.
You see, and we have already considered the most in the group again.
Look, we've had our share of comments here, but I'm interested to find out what's happening in the socials. Chewy, do we have anything there on the socials? What are the people saying regarding what they saw with the first
somebody
game?
was addressing Jabu, but before I go to Jabu, right? Before I go to what I'm hearing on Jabu, Louis, we gotta ask you. You're our hosts in Mexico, but right now we are your hosts on the African continent on the Link Up. How far do you think Mexico is going to go in this tournament, even though 75% of games will be played in America?
How far will the Mexican national team make it? I mean, they've been cursed that they can't make it out of the round of 16. So, I mean, at least there. One thing that I did want to add with the conversation with Jabu and Shemili, I'm not defending anybody, but the stadium in Mexico City is one of the most difficult stadiums to play in. First of all, it's high elevation, it's very humid, and it's about over 60,000 fans. So, I mean, South Africa was already facing an uphill battle going into that, because any visiting team is going to have a hard time in that stadium. Even the locals have a hard time in that stadium. So, I mean, and fun fact, I don't know if you knew, but that stadium is actually it's the only stadium to host 3 opening matches in World Cups. So it's got its history. But
that's a huge CV.
Mexican selection. I'm sorry?
I think that's a huge CV.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go to the socials. TikTok is going crazy at you, Jabu, because you said, remember Spain lost their first game and went on to win the tournament?
Yes.
Well, last one says, imagine the insult to Spain. Macatolian says, we are not Spain. Somebody said Spain, and there's like 20 emojis, laughing emojis at you.
Can I just add something there?
Yeah.
I think just to Louise, I don't think we have an issue with losing. I think it's about how did we lose.
Yeah.
We knew it
Exactly.
was always going to be a big game.
Exactly.
No, I don't think there's a South African that enjoyed that display yet last night.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
We can lose, but it's the manner in which you lose. Because then if we lost that game, maybe if we were able to score one, we would have confidence to say at least we can score goals. At this moment, we are leaking goals and we're also not scoring them. And we struggle to even have combination plays with that starting 11. Because you also look at the preparation leading to that game. We were not playing that system. So for the team sheet to be to be revealed, and then you see but we didn't even play like this. Even the last 2-3 games that we played, and the last time we played that formation, we caught a defeat. We lost 2-1 against Cameroon, and it was at a big stage in AFCON. So this thing is becoming more of a uniform now for South Africa.
Speaking of the team sheet committee, I mean, what changes would the fans make if it was up to you when it comes to that starting lineup? Bafana. Give me one quick change before we go to the break.
Can I give you two, please?
Yeah.
I'm definitely starting Apolis and Rayleigh so that I can try to pin, because we need goals. So you need creativity. And yesterday we didn't have creativity. That's why I would see if Lyle was playing closer to the half line, and there was no one who was there to give him the ball. So we're trying to play long balls. That's why we had 2 touches in the opposition box in 90 minutes compared to the 20 that Mexico had yesterday. It was horrible.
Stop that. Mexico gave you the ball 2 times in your necks. They gave you the ball. Don't say there was nobody to give you the ball.
Jabu, quick change that you would make to this team.
I'll definitely replace Ronan Williams with Chaine. That's number 1. Number 2, I'll introduce Relay. I don't care who should go out. As long as I'll see Relay in a field of play, I'll be quite comfortable.
Okay, so with that being said, Prachabu, that's a very big ask, right? And I want us to throw this question to the socials. Chewy, my brother, help us monitor that. Do the people of South Africa think that we should change Ronan Williams for Sipho Chain? I want you guys to let us know on the socials, and our brother Chewy is going to let us know. Brother Lewis, do you have any final thoughts before we go to the break?
Are you not going to ask me?
No, sir, we're fine. We're fine. We're resting your voice, sir.
Well,
Luis, final thoughts, brother?
I wanted to add to what Timothy mentioned about the way you lose. I think it's the same thing for Mexico is how they won. I mean, they got the 3 points, but it didn't show a lot of confidence. It didn't give me a lot of confidence on how they're playing moving forward. There was a lot of there wasn't much discipline. That last red card at the end of close to the end of the match, that was completely unnecessary. Maybe it was a little over exaggerated. That was a red card, but it was a complete lack of discipline. And I think long term, that's always been Mexico's weak point, is that they lose discipline very quickly. And so yeah, Mexico got the 3 points, but I mean, there's a lot of areas of opportunity there. Raul Jimenez and Gilberto Mora, they're the opposite ends of what the Mexican selection it was and is going to be, because Raul, this was his 4th World Cup, I believe, and he's probably not going to get another one. And he came back from a very devastating injuries, and for him to get that goal, somebody had mentioned earlier about how Mexico supports their teams and how they have that passion for their team. This young kid, Gilberto Mora, I think he's going to rejuvenate a lot of the passion that the Mexican country has for the team, because he's a solid player. He's the future of Mexico.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, my guy. So while he rejuvenates the Mexican team, we're going to take a break and rejuvenate ourselves and look forward to more future conversations. Luis, thank you very much. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. And
muchas gracias a ustedes.
Elegance isn't a moment. It's who I am. It lives in the quiet, in the in-between. I don't chase it. It moves with me. I am not one thing. I never was. Strength, softness, stillness, motion. Elegance is how I hold it all. Nepis Alpha, dry your elegance.
This is Will, and in the next 30 seconds, he'll be making 30 football predictions where he could win 30 million rand for free. But Will's not special. Agreed. You could do it too. Just head to play.coza, predict the correct scores for 30 games during the pool stages of the World Cup and stand a chance to win 30 million rand. It's that easy. Yes, 30 locked in. Sign up for free at play.coza, predict correct scores, stand a chance to win your share of 30 million rand.
4 nations, 3 match days, 1 shot at reaching the FIFA World Cup knockout rounds. This is Group F, featuring 3-time runners-up the Netherlands, 2002 co-host Japan, 1958 finalist Sweden, and Tunisia's Carthage Eagles, aiming to progress past the group stage for the first time.
Something very special.
The top 2 teams advance automatically, with the 8 best third-place sides also earning a place in the round of 32. Every point matters.
Discover a world beyond the ordinary.
Where every step redefines what's possible.
Where next becomes now. Welcome to the evolution.
Chang'an, driven to evolve.
And we are back on the link up, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking the FIFA World Cup 2026. And you see that guy in red who is dancing. Just know that he's a Trojan horse. He's happy because Bafana lost, only because his own team couldn't qualify for the World Cup. But this is football. We love the banter as it comes. If you're wondering why I'm not wearing a Bafana shirt, guys, it's because I did exchange shirts at the stadium with a local yesterday.
That's amazing.
I really do love this country, guys. Like I'm in Mexico right now. Into the stadium. The people are fantastic. The fans are fantastic, and we want to dive into all of that right here on the link up. We've got Abigail who's joining us, and Abigail, how are you doing?
I'm great.
Good. Tell me, which side of history are you on, right? Because there is a lot of discourse, and there's only one right answer to this question, Abigail, and I trust you to give me the right answer. How are you feeling about that opening game? Are you happy or are you disappointed?
I'm happy.
You know what? Can we kick Abigail out the link up? Thank you very much for coming, Abigail. It's been great having you. It's been fantastic. Okay.
Let me, you're a hypocrite.
Okay, Abigail, tell me your thoughts about that opening game.
I think it was a good one. Mexico showed up. They showed why they are part of the 3 nations that are hosting this year's World Cup. It was a big deal for them to have all of those fans in that iconic and not perform the way they did. They had no choice than to perform. And I think that 4th person in the stands made it a little easy. And of course, South Africa decided not to show us the African football feel that we do know them. Of course, they prided themselves so well in the PSL and give us a feel going westward. Let's stay together. But unfortunately, we didn't get that. I would want to give Mexico their flowers. It was a good opening game in a very on the opening day. So for me, I think they just showed up late to the gallery and the fans were there to help them do that. Unfortunately, South Africa.
Okay, you know what? With that being said, my good people and my partners in crime, Lotzen and Chui, I think we've had enough of this opening game conversation. We need to show some shine to other African nations who are at the FIFA World Cup 2026. And we said it the last time, we spoke about how Morocco might have the biggest chance of bringing this World Cup to Africa for the first time in history, right? They are playing, contrary to popular belief, a very, very interesting Brazilian side in their opening match. Loten, Saturday, 13th June is the day where this will be happening. My brother, talk to me. What are we looking at with that fixture?
Listen, I'm gonna be at the stadium for this particular game. I'm already in Philly. I'm on the streets of Philadelphia, getting ready for what should be best of Africa versus the best in the world. Vinicius Jr. versus Ashraf Hakimi. The mood on the streets is people are passing around with Brazilian jerseys. A few Moroccans are here as well. I'll be going to the stadium a little bit later this amazing afternoon just to see what is enthusiasm like, just to get a look and feel of the stadium. But most importantly is finally Africa's going to come back together and support Morocco for this one. We're not supporting Brazil. The whole continent, including South Africa, needs to come together so that we can make sure that
Don't involve us in your business.
let's invest our stocks in a team that can actually win a World Cup game.
You know what? You gave us a very interesting stat earlier in the show, Lowton. How many games did Kenya win in the World Cup?
We've never lost a game. That's
How
all
many
I know.
did you win? How many did you win?
I need to check that stat. I don't have it off this.
Okay, we'll park that one. How many did you draw?
I know we haven't lost a game, but I'm not too sure.
They were never there.
Tumeri, Brazil versus Morocco. Very interesting times. Again, you were one of the people that said, Morocco stand a very good chance of going very far in this tournament. Your thoughts on that fixture?
I think based on their form, Morocco should be able to cause an upset based on their form.
Yeah.
And I mean, we talk about the best of Africa, as far as I know, and taking on a Brazil side that has had its own fair share of issues in the past. I mean, I think the last time they lifted this trophy was in 2002, if I'm not mistaken, and from there it has been very, very difficult to return to them. And I think the stakes are going to be high. In every World Cup, Brazil becomes the favorites. And what more to inspire Morocco than to cause an upset and to make a statement? Because this is a game to make a statement. We know Morocco has stars. Majority of some of the players, or actually some of the players, are playing abroad. And I think it's a similar thing with the Brazil as well. So it's going to be best of the best. You have a Hakimi who just won the Champions League back to back. You have a Vini who's also been trying to leave the Champions League. I don't think he would be happy with the season that they're coming from from club level, being Real Madrid. It's definitely going to be one for the books. I think after the opening game in the first round, this is definitely the fixture that everyone has been or is waiting for.
Yeah.
I want to throw a question to the socials before I move on to the next comment and before we go to Chewy. I want the people on the socials, wherever you're tuning in, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, I want you to answer us this. Who do you think does Chewy's laundry? Because he's had 4 outfit changes since the show started. If you're doing your own laundry, I'm pretty sure you're not making that many outfit changes. But let us know on the socials. I'm keen to hear what everybody thinks. Prajabu, talk to us about Brazil versus Morocco.
Boldly, Lebu, without any fear or favor. Morocco is going to win that game 2-1.
Yeah.
Morocco is going to win that game 2-1. And the reason I'm saying that, I think I've watched a few games, few Brazilian games leading into the World Cup. Obviously, they are friendly matches. They were not doing well. There's a game that they've lost against Japan 3-2 recently. So, and they've got their internal issues, even though they are not out in the public, but we know they are there. And Morocco goes into that game as a united bloc. So I think Morocco is going to cause an upset in that particular game and is going to make a very bold statement into that particular game. So in short, I see them winning 2-1, and the world is going to.
Can I just add that, Alemi?
Sure, go ahead.
I was trying to say The problem, though, for Morocco could be the head coach of Brazil, because we know Carlo Ancelotti. He can play haram ball, but he can also leave trophies. So I think in terms of appointing the coach, they went for the right one, who knows how to win, more especially the big games. And I think that dressing room really needed a figure like him, but it would definitely be happy for Africans to get this one up against Brazil.
Well, Lawton, you had something to say, bro?
No, I'm saying 2-0. I'm here for 2-0. 2-0 Morocco for this game.
Listen, guys. Carlo Ancelotti might be the highest paid coach at the World Cup. But on behalf of my brothers, the whole kingdom of Morocco, we'd like to thank you, Africa, for supporting us against Brazil. And seriously, right?
Hypocrites. Speaking of a hypocrite.
We started the show, you were South African. Halfway through the show, you were Nigerian. And now
we Moroccans.
Now you're Moroccan.
The reason we win this game, Morocco historically has proven to be a very resilient side. They have a never say die spirit. They keep fighting even after the whistle is blown. That is why they won the AFCON after the game. And if
Let's not
Morocco can get the 3 points against Brazil by the end of the game 3. So you never know. Anything is possible. And that is why we Moroccans have what it takes to prevail.
Moroccans.
Guys, another topic that I want us to touch on, I mean, we're obviously shedding light on Morocco. There are big stars in that team, like the likes of Achraf Hakimi, but there's stars throughout the World Cup, overall. Are we going to see a World Cup where those stars are outshined by younger players, or can we still expect some magical moments from the big names like the likes of your Ronaldos, your Messis, your Neymars if he does get some game time? Lawton, what do you think in that regard, bro?
I'll be honest. The World Cup is all about the big stars. It's all about the big boys. It's all about people that have experienced it at the highest level. If we had to go back throughout every World Cup, last World Cup was all about Messi. The previous World Cup was all about Luka Modric in 2018.
Sorry, brother Lawton, I'm gonna have to cut you off there. I'm so sorry, my brother. We do have a live build-up that's about to start right now. We have to go straight into the live build-up. Remember, catch all 104 games right here on your World of Champions, ladies and gentlemen. Catch the live build-up right now. We're gonna have to love you and leave you. You can see they're already getting ready there on studio, and our star-studded lineup of analysts and anchors are ready to take you into the next match. From us, the link up, it is Love signing out.
This World Cup, join the conversation.
Meet us up on the link up,
where we talk anything and everything FIFA World Cup.
The Link Up. Broadcast proudly brought to you by African Bank.
Elegance isn't a moment. It's who I am. It lives in the quiet, in the in-between. I don't chase it. It moves with me. I am not one thing. I never was. Strength, softness, stillness, motion. Elegance is how I hold it all.